Well, a season like no other, but we're just glad to have footy back. Welcome down to the Brendale Sporting Complex. It's the Brisbane Lions Academy up against the Gold Coast Suns Academy. Very tough to get football in this season, no matter where you're watching. But up here in Queensland, things have been flowing a little bit more swimmingly, and we're very grateful for that. My name's Nick Davis. Welcome down to this Academy game. And joining the box this afternoon, very happy to say so, by Gold Coast Suns Academy manager. 118 games for Richmond. Adelaide, 77 games as well. Jason Tawney, pleasure to have you here.
Thanks, Nick. Looking forward to a great day of footy.
Well, it's going to be beautiful conditions already, 17 degrees and a big swirly breeze. The Suns, the captain Jack Johnson winning the toss. They'll be kicking to the left side of your screen, but such an important day, not only for Queensland footy, but national footy, because now's a real chance for, in a year like no other, really get a chance to see what the cream of the crop has to offer coming into the all-important 2020 draft at the end of the year. These two Academy sides have been plying their trade throughout the season, a bit of a disrupted preparation throughout the year, but now finally on the national stage able to show what they've got to offer. As we said, the Suns kicking to the left side of the screens, Lions to the right. We're just about to get underway. Remember, COVID-safe regulation will see slightly longer breaks in between goals. But a real opportunity, Torrens, just to get a look at the cream of the crop.
Yeah, look, the boys have didn't think they'd be debuting this late in the year, but we've got 13 players playing their first game for our under-18 academy team.
Well, just about to get underway. Plenty of players already have been plying their trade in the quaffle this year. You can catch that action live streaming every Saturday afternoon, 2 p.m. on the AFL Queensland side. So ball goes up in the middle. It was McDonald unable to bring it down. Diving on the footy left, right and centre. And both these teams, Torrens, absolutely pumped to come into this too. You could feel the atmosphere at the start of the game.
Yeah, well look, it's tribal between the Lions and the Suns, and it doesn't change for the academies.
Well, the cue clash as it is a little hand came in there. Just couldn't quite be knocked out. Trying to dance his way through is Tommy Holstert. Now in front of Cashin Harris, can't quite get the hands. The ball spills through. A little clumsy umpire lets it go. Now calls it. So free kick going to the Suns. Now a chance to rebound off half back. Talking about the ball movement this afternoon, Torrens, what's been, I guess, the direction to the team?
Yeah, well look, normally we look to keep hold of the footy, not too dissimilar to an AFL senior team, and then once we get it in and around that centre forward, we want to play with speed, get the defence under the pump and get it in deep to some of our tall forwards that we've got.
Well, it was Hunt just driving down the line there, and the umpire calls a stoppage just about 60 metres out from the Suns' goals. As we said, almost perfect conditions, 17 degrees today. Bit of a swirly breeze blowing to the left side of the screen. Ball tap comes down. Little snap out of the pack comes. Forwards leading up. Can't quite take it on the first bounce. Spills again. Ball in contest. And a little bit scrappy to start. Flock puts his head over the ball. And we're going to have another ball up. Just get edging close to the Suns.
You'll see with the density rules here, Nick, we've got to really spread the field. They do get in close at inside 50, but
nice little two-hander out of the pack to try and drive his way through. We know the new interpretations of holding the ball, and the umpire's chosen to let that one go there. So, we said, all the Suns' way at the moment, and it would have been tough for a lot of these boys just to try and get game ready. They've, as we said, playing their trade in the quaffle at the moment, and just the opportunity coming up against men throughout the year and really expose their bodies to the physicality of senior footy would have been great for a lot of them as the Lions. Just exploding off half back through Reed. Maskell-Dobbin has been running around for Wilston Grange in the quaffle. Hands over the top, gets it back. 3 touches already. Kicks down the line. Just perching himself underneath it there. It's Eckersley.
This is our under-16 player. We get to play one of these boys in each of the teams, so really good to get an opportunity, good to get his hands on it.
The Suns looking to switch it across the ground. They've got the numbers if they want to use them. Ball comes across, taken by Aiden Fife. He chooses to get going through the middle of the ground, takes a bounce. Looking for options, has to chip to the hot spot now. Lions converge, 3 fly, good mark taken over the top. Big strong mark knocked out of the hands. It's Charlie Bowes. Sensational game last weekend down at Hickey Park. Plenty of hands on the footy of Charlie Bowes. Now umpire's called 50, just going to the protected zone, jumping over the mark. Unfortunately there was Shea Walsh. So now first opportunity to really test out the Suns' defence. So who are we looking for this afternoon in the Suns' defence there, Torrens?
Look, we've got a pretty strong defence, but the captain's back there, Jack Johnson. He's got a pretty big role at centre half back. Looks like he's on 19-year-old Tommy Wishat. So, and of course James Smith on Shatner, Kashner, Harris. So yeah, some good matchups.
Kashner Harris very good last weekend. In that game I spoke of, as Suns very easy to work their way out of defence. Kicks about a 4-on-1, but bounces up in their hands straight away. William Bella and Mackay products now. down at the footy factory that is Palm Beach Currumbin State High. Kicks in the man on the mark, and that'll spill over the line for a boundary throw. And just tell me a bit about William Bella, of course, younger brother of Lauren Bella, the AFLW Suns ruck.
Yeah, look, Will Bella out of Mackay has been in our academy since a young 13-year-old. He's a very big lump of a lad, already mid-190s. He's a bottom ager. We look, and he's playing some great footy in the Colts this year, but we look for him to be a key position forward and pinch hit on ball as a ruckman.
Hoffett got the tap down there. We'll have another stoppage. Not your traditional footy heartland, is it, Mackay?
No, well, part of our region, or at least 50% of our region, comes out of North Queensland, and there's a couple of boys there from Cairns, Mackay. We've got a Rocky boy out of Rockhampton, and Townsville, two or three players from Townsville. So it's a really important part of our zone.
Snap on goal opportunity here for the Suns. Hands come out, just got to take his time. Round the corner, left foot ball, Aiden Fife, if you don't mind. First of the afternoon for the Suns. One straight 6 lines yet to score. And good talk there from the Suns too. Just hung out the back of the pack there, did Fife. Used the quarterback option, and class finish too.
Yeah, well look, he used his right foot up the centre of the corridor before, and obviously he's a left footer, and smacked that one straight through. So really important player for us. Has played through the wings throughout all of his career. Hard running, great shape. He's about 190 as well. So look for him to do some things through that wing.
Aiden Fife there, the voice you're hearing, Academy Manager of the Gold Coast Suns, Jason Tawney. Just coming off the bench now, Jaron Willie. Jaron Willie's coming on the ground.
Jaron's our Rockhampton product, actually. Out of
Northern exposure coming down, fantastic. So just over 5 minutes gone, first term here at the Brendale Sporting Complex. Lions Academy up against the Suns Academy, the Q clash as it were. Zach Young with head over the ball for the Lions. Ball slings out in the tackle. Suns setting up well behind the contest. Looking for a free kick there, not given, so another stoppage. Of course, with the NEAFL dissolve this year, all the players dropping down into the quaffle and really bolstering the competition too. We've seen some fantastic footy in what is a shortened season, and for a lot of these young guys, just also a great opportunity to come up against quite a tougher breed of footy too. Not quite as slick as your NEAFL product, but at the same time, it's just great to get that experience in, especially a year where it could have been so difficult for a lot of the players. Yeah, 2020 has been really obviously interesting with the pandemic, but the football that the boys have been able to play, Quaffle seniors, reserves, that's their home junior club, really settling into senior football. It's good to see. Carter-Michael, the Lions, gets it going down the line. And we'll have another boundary throw in. 65 metres out, far side of the ground for the Lions. I've never really seen one 4-8 forward so far, so looking forward to see what the Lions forward line can come up with. So good conditions down here as boundary umpire throws it back in. Working hard in the ruck. Max McDonald. And no one really wanting anything to do with it there. Flag umpire's going to call it. We've seen 4 or 5 holding the ball so far, so the directive's definitely come down. So that breeze probably just going to force the footy to the far side of the ground. Tough for the switch option to come through. Called to play on now as Liam O'Brien gets it going down the wing. Pack converges. Falls to the bottom. Just trying to dance his way through and wrapped up in a very strong tackle there. Is Bella applying the pressure. And you like to see that from the big man. Yeah, throw his weight around. He's a big boy, like I said, and he actually does have an aggressive side. Tap comes down, Max McDonald. Done quite well in the ruck so far. And dominating the headouts. So just feeling each other out, the two sides. Always a bit of heat in the Q clash, no matter what. And free kick going Suns' way, so another chance to launch inside 50. Players converge down lead. Well, trying to lead his way out is Nathan Colenso, the Morningside product. Big fly from the back of the pack. Good punch came out from Kurt Thock. Was a match winner last week against Mount Gravatt for Wilson Grange, hitting the pack with speed. Coming out there from the Lions was Will Tasker. Shoveling footy all the time in the world, hands over the top. Here's another opportunity for Suns going forward. Left foot ball, just bangs it to the top of the square. This might actually drift through. Oh, and it has! And I'll tell you what, just go in the left and put it up to the breeze. There's about a 2-goal breeze there, and it's Joshua Fay. And I'll tell you what, that's a class finish.
Yeah, he's a classy player. Look, he's fallen into our hands, relocated out of the Giants Academy just late last year and moved into Palm Beach with his family. So, yeah, look, he's fallen into our hands, but he's a classy product and got a beautiful left foot.
It's been a while down there as part of the Giants Academy and then just made the move up with family, I believe, Tawns?
Yeah, that's it, mate. No real footy reasons other than family's work placement. So I'm pretty sure they were pretty disappointed to see him go.
Well, Queensland is the place to be, there's no doubt about it. There's Ryan Pickering up in the ruck now for the Suns. He does well there, Pickering. But first the footy. Zach Young. He's met with a solid tackle, hands back, and the Suns really starting to get a bit of momentum about them as well. It's along with the forward line. Good heavy contest. Just trying to keep the numbers out, spooned out now, and that pressure comes out. So you're pretty happy with the way the midfield's going at the moment, Tawns?
Yeah, keep getting it in. Look, the tackling pressure's huge for us at the moment, and it is something that we want to start these games with, and we definitely brought that pressure.
Yeah, so all the pressure right now on the Lions' defence, and doing quite well to hold out. But as I said, about 2 to 3 goal breeze. It is swirling a little bit, but it is blowing pretty strongly to that left side of your screens. This kick comes out, umpire says play on, just dancing his way through. I'll tell you what, straight out of the pack, Ethan Hunt. How did he get out of that? He's put through the Suns' third for the afternoon, 3 straight, 6 the Suns. Brisbane Lions yet to score, and well, Ethan Hunt, he just looked like that all the time in the world.
Yeah, great little. He's a bit of a goal sneak. He's finding himself on ball with us today. So look, he can do a couple of things inside, running on baller, outside, but also obviously be able to finish.
So all the pressure going on the Lions' defence now, working very nicely out of the midfield indeed. Gold Coast under a lot of pressure. You've seen him just putting behind the ball and really trapping in there on that Lions' defence. Back in the middle now. Just over 10.5 played first term out at the Brendale Sporting Complex. Big hello to wherever you're watching around the country. Footy's still ticking away nicely here in Queensland as Pickering gets the hit out again. It's a good move by the Suns to put him in there. And the umpire says, I'll take that. Thank you very much.
Ryan Pickering, one of our Townsville boys, actually relocated for Year 12 this year and had a big part in basketball over the years, and we've been able to get him across the footy.
How do you go, Tawns, with that relocation process, especially the boys coming down from up north? It is a big distance to travel and be away from their families.
How long have we got to talk about it, to be honest? It's huge. Yeah, the relocation for those boys is massive. Host families, schools, friends, funding. It's a big part of what we try and do, and it's really good to see so many of those North Queenslanders here in this team at the moment.
So Hunt, the goal scorer, beautiful look back inside, and he spots up Liam O'Brien, and now they've got the overlap on the far side of the ground. There's eagle-eyed vision to see the option in the middle of the ground, and now up the hot spot, just slip, come out of full forward, ball to the drop of the pack. They've got an opportunity here, the Suns, they can walk this one in if they want to. He's fallen up in the air, will this go through? Yes, it will! I'll tell you what, there was moon dust on that ball, but the Suns have got through the 4th of the afternoon. And that's just forward pressure coming there, and then all of a sudden, the impetus has really gone up.
Nice build-up. It's a tough kick, the risky kick into the corridor, but it was hit well, and then we've got it to the outside where I think Aiden Fife got it the inside 50. Wasn't perfect, but I think the way we've been playing, it's been that pressure on the ball, pressure on the tackle, get to the ground ball, and look, I couldn't even tell you who kicked that goal in the end. There was a few bodies floating around.
I'll tell you what, he got the trajectory just perfect to drop it over the line. So moving to the ruck now will be Thomas Hoffert. So just trying a few different combinations right now, the Suns. Sean Pacoulis for the Lions gets a tap down forward. So there's numbers on the outside now. First real foray forward. Touch off the boot, play on, says the umpire. Running back to the flight, it was James Smith. A good strong tackle to really arrest the play there, so the umpire will call it back. We've played 13 minutes here in this first term. It's the Suns, 4 straight so far. They're really putting the heat on the Brisbane Lions Academy. Umpire's called a free kick out of that, and just pressure in the contest. It's going the Suns' way. The recipient, Liam O'Brien. You can see Ethan Hunt running from there. Look, really going the crossfield kick, and it's working out because it's just catching this Lions defence on the hop. Good little hands over the top. Joshua Gore running on the left foot. Centres up to the hot spot. Does the unselfish team thing. And not a bad result for the Suns at all. Over the line for a boundary throw in. Just will come back in 15 metres out from the Suns' goal. And I really like that there from Joshua Gore. Could have blazed away there, but chose to put it up to the 2 forwards and square.
Yeah, smart player, Josh. He played in our academy now or under 18s for at least 3 years. He's a 19-year-old. We've got 3 of them. It's part of the process. We get to still expose some of our 19-year-olds that have got some really AFL traits, and he's one of them for sure.
The umpire just calls an end to that passage. So we'll have another ball up. 25 metres out from the Suns' goals. Setting up well. The forward pressure has been great from the Suns Academy so far. Bella will do the ruck work down forward. He gets the tap down. Players have to be smart here. Digs out the handball. Just on the far side now. It's Crozier. Hands over the top. This is a good run and gun from the Lions. Just got to be clever with it now. Choose to burn his man. Hand over the top. They've got the overlap numbers. Just digging around with it a little bit. Suns pressure comes in now. You're going to have another ball up, but good exit 50 there from the Lions, just trying to open up that play, the chain of handballs. And especially against this breeze, that's your only real option. Tap comes down now. Just working at the Suns, and they've got it on the outside again, so here they go forward. Good kick inside, goes the one hand. Front and centre, couldn't be taken, wrapped up quickly. The umpire's going to call another stoppage, but just great movement out of that pack there. You can see the coaching staff really just use the opportunity, keep your numbers on the outside, and use the right men to go inside the contest.
Yeah, you want to release to somebody that's hasn't got as much pressure as you, so I think that's what we've been doing. And look, you can't underestimate this wind. It does look like we've got a nice wind and we're using it, but it looks tough to go the other way.
And great unselfish footy there again. So it's been all the Suns' way this quarter, and it will be Joshua Gore who just floated down, and well, I think it was a few extra rotations on the kick. Gore found himself in the right spot at the right time, but it doesn't matter. He'll be lining up. But kicking from just about 22 metres out, slight angle, breeze at his back. Joshua Gore with the left foot. Goal umpire's done a bit of work there, through for a minor score. So first minor score of the afternoon, and very heavy rotations at the moment from both benches. I think as much game time into each side as possible. Only problem is, big 5 in the back of the pack. Only problem is it's put every player on the ground coming off the bench. So quite open there for Lions to kick out, but free kick going for, it's going to go the Suns' way. It's 8 and 5, unrealistic attempt at the mark, I believe called. Flying back with the pack, and what a mark that was, Torrance.
Courageous, going back there, pulled it in, knew that something was coming. Didn't get hit, but great set of hands, and I'm trying to work out who it is.
Well, there we go. It's Max Pascoud. Just floating back down there.
Chuck the boot as well. Doesn't need the doesn't need the left slipper.
I mean, I hope he's a right footer, but
He is a right footer.
I was going to say it conveys a real sense of confidence. So Max Pascoud, he does go with the right. Goal umpire does not move, rewarded for his courage, and his teammates get around him. And what a start it's been in this first term for the Gold Coast Suns Academy. 5-1. They lead the Lions yet to score. We've played just a tick over 17 minutes in this first term, and well, the coaching staff will be very happy with this start.
Yeah, look, I think really, as all games do, it starts in the midfield, and I think some of our guys are getting the first hand on it. If they're not, the pressure there with tackling has been able to keep the ball loose. And yeah, it's been really basic football, getting it in, quick hand, getting it in.
So McDonald's moved back into the ruck now for the Lions. He's dominant at the start of this term. So it's under 18 gone, first term. Ball goes up and again in the middle. Big fly came from over the top, but he's just overleapt that one to Pickering. The Suns get it going forward again. Just couldn't hold his body in the right spot there was Riley Johnson. Now the opportunity to escape. Here's the chance for the Lions. Got a man on the outside. Colin Furtis catching Harris is in the right spot, but a good strong tackle, very good tackle indeed. Daniel Lampois, and rewarded for his efforts. Ball goes forward, but just caught ball watching, unfortunately. He had his head in the wrong spot. It's Benjamin Thomas, and now the Suns to open up the game across the ground. Jared Eckersley, one of his under-16s. Kick over the top, couldn't quite be taken. Fife working hard across the half-back line. Got to be good here. The Suns have got numbers behind the play. They've done this very well this afternoon. Kick just short of centre wing. Through the hands of Bailey Reeves. Ball should trickle over the line here. Just managed to keep it in, have they? Yes, the umpires let it go. They're working industriously around the contest now. So let them work it out themselves, and now finally, just at the wrong moment, the umpire says, give that to me. So we've played nearly 19 minutes here in this academy game. It's the Suns leading the Lions 31-0 in the Q clash. Just great to have footy back here in Queensland. Good run down tackle from behind. My co-commentator Jason Tawney, very happy with that effort indeed. And free kick going the Lions' way. So this is their opportunity. They've got a man just floating down to the true centre half position. It's Taj Aberley, the Wilson Grange product. A little bit too long to get that back. So now kick goes to the hot spot. Settle himself. It's Noah McFadden underneath the pack. Good fly comes from behind. Ball in dispute. Suns can work this one out. Lions still pressing. Calls for a throw, not called. Cashin Harris is in a dangerous position, but good clearing kick, and no call of deliberate there. So we'll have a boundary throw, and it's good frantic defence from the Suns.
Yeah, look, there's some good matchups there, but sometimes you just got to win your own ball, and I think Bodie Hewland cleared that kick. He's got a big job on McFadden, so yeah, so really good strength in the defence.
And that's quarter time here at the Brendale Sporting Complex, and it's been all the Suns' way so far. They lead the Brisbane Lions 5-1-31. Lions yet to score. As we spoke about, a very swirly breeze at the moment, so the Lions will have their chance in the next term. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Lions Academy up against the Gold Coast Suns Academy. Great to have footy back here in Queensland, and of course the best of the best showing all their talents here on the national stage. We'll be back very soon. Well, Brendale Sporting Complex is your venue for this Q Clash this afternoon. And so far it's been one-way traffic. The Gold Coast Suns Academy 5-1-31 leading the Lions, yet to score. But I will say there is a swirly breeze going around at the moment, pushing to the left-hand side of the screen. Gold Coast Suns taking the full advantage of that in that first term. But now the Lions have a real opportunity for a couple of flurries and forays forward. My name's Nick Davis, down here at the Brendale Sporting Complex, joined in the coach in the commentary box here by Gold Coast Suns Academy manager Jason Tawney. And Tawns, what would have been the message? A really strong start to the game, but knowing that breeze is going to come into play, what do you say to your players right now? What's Andrew Rains telling the team?
Yeah, well, look, Rainsy would be talking about the pressure, getting their first hands on it, and then trying to get it forward. Of course, when you're playing to a bit of wind, you want to be able to use the footy, you want to be able to run with it a little bit and obviously hit your targets. So, real true test for us now to see if we can go into it.
Well, the test begins as it goes up in the middle of the ground there. It was Hoffert for the Suns, just getting the tap out. The Lions using the ball best first. Lanthrois kicking down the ground. Kicks to the hot spot, no players down the goal square, all converge on the ball. Good clearance out the back of the pack. We haven't seen a lot of footy on this side of the ground. Most of the games have been played on the far side. And just chooses to take the man on, draws his opponent, does that very nicely indeed. Riley Johnson now. It's under the pump. Bailey Reeves. And free kick's been called for a throw, so good pressure there from the Suns. There's Daniel Lanthrois who gave away the free kick. Now, near side of the ground. Said haven't seen much attacking footy from this position. Goes to the hot spot, couldn't quite be brought down there by Maxi Pascoud. Hands over the top now, the Lions have to defend really tightly. I've been good from this position, just using the numbers on the outside. The Suns, handball comes out of the pack from Joshua Gore. Kick around the corner. Thomas Hoffert is playing his try in the ruck. Won't be called a mark, will it? Oh, he's got on the third bite, it's been taken. Flames got first hand of the footy and, well, despite the wind, the Suns will have their first attempt at goal. It'll be coming from Nathan Colenso, the Morningside product, and I've watched him for a couple of years, Colenso, and he does very, very well in the seniors.
He definitely knows where the goals are. He's a true goal kicker.
Usually worth 2 to 3 goals a game for Morningside when they're on fire. And he opens his account very nicely. First of the term for the Suns there, 6th of the afternoon. They go to 6 goals, 1 at 37. Lions yet to score. Yeah, and that's a dream start there for the Suns, Tawns.
Yeah, Nathan Colenso, number 29. Player that had a great season last year in the Quaffle and got our notice. Did a great pre-season and was all ready to go for our first couple of games. And then, of course, big postponement. Saw him out at Morningside last week. And great to have him in our forward line. He's a real leader up there and knows where the goals are.
As I said, he does very well in the Quaffle indeed. Always worth a couple of goals. Just sitting nicely there for Hoffert, who gets a big slap forward, but roved out of the pack there by Toby Triffett. Gets going to the right, out in front. It was Cash and Harris who's first the footy, kicks down the line. First at the footy there, Reece Nichols. Gets the hands back. Ethan Hunt has been busy this afternoon. Big kick down the line, pack converges. Spills to the side, Lions getting there first. Play on, says the umpire. Especially with days like this, Tawns, where there would be a feeling to try and impress where you can, yet really important to play a team game. What's the message to the players, especially when the ball's there to be won, but also don't overcommit to the contest?
Yeah.
What are these players thinking?
Yeah, without a doubt, there's a level of, I want to get a kick, I want to show what I've got. I think most importantly is the players demonstrate their weapons when they can. It's not about 30 touches, 6 goals or whatever. It's about when if you've got a weapon, whether it's your marking, whether it's your running, your speed, that you expose that, you put it out there, and you show what you can do. So they're what these games are all about. And I know Andrew Rains is really, and our academy in general, it's to play for the jumper. It's not to play for yourself, and that's the culture, and that's some of the values that we hold.
That's the voice of Gold Coast Suns Academy manager Jason Tawney, of course. This ball's flung back into the field and just a bit of pressure around the contest. And there we go, holding the ball. All players just seem to drop away there. The results seem to be foregone conclusion. The Suns have been looking to open up the game, trying to avoid kicking down the line where they can, and they'll use that opportunity now. Big crossfield kick coming, possibly the wrong option, and it was. Well intercepted. Now the Lions, they can go forward. I've got options on the outside. He chose to play on. The umpire says so. Just missed the opportunity there. Goes long to the top of the square. The fly will come. Two-hand fist. No talk from his teammates. Hands over the top. Now they've got a bit more time to be careful in how they use it. Bailey Reeves kicks down the line. Can he keep it in? Just juggles. And just couldn't hold on to it there. So they escaped danger there, the Suns. The kick across the ground, just in this breeze, probably the wrong option there, Jace.
Yeah, I mean, I know the boys are trained to take those risks, so I mean, we don't want that to definitely don't want to stop them from taking those risks.
This is the time to do it. So, first hands of the footy there for the Lions. It was Maskell Dobbin. Doing the ruck work for the Lions at the moment. It's Max McDonald. Been rucking well. Hands come from the outside. Through to Cash and Harris. Hands back over the top. Good pressure from the Suns, and that's gone holding the ball. I mean, they've been good on the whistle so far, the umpires. Joshua Fay, the recipient. Forced to go. He's got numbers just lining up behind him. They want to get this footy moving. They do so now. Trying to find the overlap. It's a wobbly little kick. Couldn't quite be taken there by Reed Maskell Dobbin. They just surge it forward, the Suns. Bouncing off half-back. Maskell Dobbin gets it back. And that's good linkage there from the Lions. Now they've got a bit of space to move. Cash and Harris, he can really run and gun. Kicks long to the forward line now. The target. There's Noah McFadden. Couldn't quite get hands to the footy. And Bodie Euland, who sees it over the line. So you identified Noah McFadden as, well, someone you really have to shut down this afternoon.
Yeah, very good player. Bottom age player. Watched him play 16s and last year and had a great carnival. We've got one of our bottom age players on in Bodie Euland, so yeah, it will be a great little clash. But yeah, he's definitely one to look out for in the next few years now.
So the Suns cleanly exiting defence there. Big fly comes from the back of the pack. Just soaring over the top was Jack Willis. Play on, says the umpire. No on the forward 50 for the Suns, so it's good to see the committee numbers right down to defence, especially in the midfield helping out the back line. And hanging the full forward position now, it's Jack Willis, who quite a spectacular marking attempt. Here they go forward now. It's a really good tackle though. Daniel Lanthua kicks forward. Suns have to be good. Committed numbers down. I'll tell you what, I've really enjoyed the game so far from Josh Fay. It's been desperate across the defensive line, and now Liam O'Brien gets the hands going over the top. Chip forward. Bella overran it. And now the Lions can mop up. Get numbers back inside the middle of the ground. They'll choose to use it now. Good switching play. Maskell Dobbin pushing right down. They've got numbers, they've got the overlap. Bit of wobbly kick with the wind. It's going to be Benjamin Thomas. Turnover now. So the Suns just using the footy well behind the plate. Bailey Reeves. Falls now with the hands, Charlie Bowes. Had a good game last week. Good drive and kick down the line. Lead comes out, but they've got the numbers front and centre. Well, it was ingenuity from Wishnat. But unfortunately, didn't have that man running on. They've got the numbers over the back now. They can use it well. They can. Round the corner. The right foot ball in the first of the afternoon for the Brisbane Lions. Benjamin Thomas, a class finish. The Suns just didn't have the numbers at the back of the pack. Good surging footy from Brisbane. They've registered their first goal for this afternoon. It's the Suns 6-1-37. Lions 1 straight 6. And I like that ball movement there from the Lions. Really using the wind, and finally that's the opportunity they needed there.
Yeah, well, like I said earlier, the talent games is all about taking risks and using your weapons. I think Lions brought that around, switched the play to the attacking side. Some good ball movement up the wing, and it got out the back, which as a defender you don't want to happen, but definitely as a forward. And it was a great finish.
So, nearly 8.5 gone. Second term here at the Brendale Sporting Complex. As we said, bit of a breeze going to the left side of your screen. Suns taking full advantage of that in the first term, and now 1 goal apiece here in the second. Umpire calls an end to that. And tell me about your ruck rotations today, Jace.
Yeah, so we've got big Tom Hoffett, 200 centimetres, big Ryan Pickering, 200 centimetres, a couple of guys rotating off the bench. And then when we go forward, we look to use Will Bella. in that sort of rucking that forward line, so we can have I guess a ruck behind the play. But both guys, the 200 centimetre ruckman, are still working and developing their craft. Top age players, but got huge potential.
Hofford doing the ruck work at the moment as the umpire calls an end to that. So 31-point ball game. It's a cracking day for football, 17 degrees here in the north side of Brisbane. Wherever you're watching, good to have your company. It just goes with the two fister there. Maxi Lefebvre. Ball kicked out the far side of the ground now, and a bit of an opportunity here for the Suns. Riley Johnson first the foot. He gets the hands over the top. The run came from Reece Nichols. He gets it going to the left down the goal square. 2-on-1. Boundary line with a good option, but good saving mark. Taken there by Jack Bresky. And a bit of a dangerous ball goes back inside. Not out of danger yet, but the umpire comes to the rescue. So I'm interested to see how the Lions are going to work this footy out here. The Suns really trying to cover that far side of the ground. A bit tough to switch across the ground at the moment, as we've found. In there first at the back of the pack. James Smith works it nicely across the line, hands back inside. Just swarming and staying out, and good solid bump came there from Finn Brown. And Jace, I really enjoyed the pressure around the ball from your contests.
Yeah, look, I think a lot of these players, when they play locally, they're one of their best players, and they're always offensively getting their hands on the footy. You've got to learn to be able to play those defensive actions and put them in play.
Now the Lions, chance to set up behind the play. He goes strong to the danger zone. Big kick comes full from the side. Left foot ball around the corner. Here's a chance. And it's going to roll through. Well, the Lions, they've swung the momentum a little bit. That's 2 in a row now. 2 straight the Lions. They trail the Suns 6-1-37. You can see Tawns, they're just setting up behind the ball quite nicely now, and probably a little bit of an emphasis the forwards maybe roll forward, or what's Coach Andrew Rains saying right now?
Yeah, well, look, I think being able to intercept that ball, or at least spoil it and get it out of the danger area. Lions players were ready for that crumb, and they were hitting it hard, and look, not too dissimilar to what we were doing in the first quarter. So it was a great little bit of play by them. But as a defensive coach, or as our Suns coach, we would have wanted to have got rid of that footy out of play.
And umpire just calling a warning there, I believe, against Gold Coast. Not being in the 6-6-6 formation. It was just a warning. The ball up in the middle of the ground again. Something to get it going forward. A lot of physicality in the pack, but just charging his way through, just taking the game on was Reece Nichols. Left foot ball around the corner, came from Joshua Gore. First the footy, got to be clean with it. And good spring off great spring off the half back line, kicking down, trying to find the target in Blake Coleman. Unfortunately going over the line, out of bounds on the full. No part of me will have a boundary throw in about 75 metres out from the Lions' goal. Starting to use the wind well, the Lions. Was goalless in the first term. Really turned up the heat now. The ball comes back in. Pickering doing the ruck work for the Suns. We'll have another stoppage there. Hands up that good smother. Just getting going forward. They've got some good run from behind the contest at the moment. Suns desperate in defence, high sky ball, he's got time to mark it, he does. It's been good across half back, that's Maxi Pascoud just pushing up the ground. Hands over the top, he gets the 1-2. He's got some time, takes a bounce, just Pascoud. Might take another, he's got some space, takes on another man, got to get rid of the footy, he does. Clean, says the umpire. Joshua Gore down there. And holding the ball. And it's going the Suns' way, so great dash off the half back line from Maxi Pascoud, and he's really just opened up the game for the Suns there.
Yeah, both Aiden Fife and Maxi love to run. They see a bit of space, they took it up, so I think there was about 3 or 4 bounces through that
gets it going with a wobbly ball. Just saw his man was off the mark, and well, Got to push hard into that win, and that's why he took off. There's Taj Abley now, Wilson Grange product. Kicks down the line. Just rushing this footy forward. Blake Coleman just keeps it going. That's all he has to do. Coleman, really well done. He's going to kick from 50, open goal square. Blake Coleman with a right foot ball. Oh, how about that? Turned his man on centre wing and using the wind blowing in his back, kept the footy going forward. A great solo effort from Blake Coleman. And the Lions get their third of the term, 3 straight 18, plays 6-1, 37. And Tawns went pretty quickly there from full back to full forward, and that's what this win can do, unfortunately, in these conditions.
Yeah, it can. Would be a bit unsettling. That's speed of the play, but it looked like a great player. He's somebody that whenever we play academy games against, we always need to play, put somebody on him and give him a job. And look, he outplayed 3 there and finished beautifully.
Now back to a 21-point ball game. 3 straight the Lions. The Suns 6-1, 37. Played 15 minutes here in this second term at the Brendale Sporting Complex. 20-minute quarters flat. Great chance to look at the cream of the crop here in Queensland. Just great to have footy back. This kick comes around the corner. They've got to work hard. They've got a 2-on-1 here, the Lions. Got to be good with it. Working really hard, industriously, in fact. It's Jaron Willie. Gets it out. Taj Abley. It's been good across half back. Gets footy going forward. Oh, we try to work his man there, did Thomas Benjamin. And the umpire will have a boundary throw in front of our central commentary position here on centre wing. So the swinging momentum here. And that wind, it is wreaking havoc. Ball comes over. Good kick out of the pack came from Ethan Hunt. It's cut off. And it's Carter Michael. Just close to the true centre half back position. Looking to open up the game. Nice little ball on the inside. Now, he's got a man in the short 45 in centre wing if he wants to take it, but umpire calls him to play on. He'll take that option now. Kick over the top. And nailed that Sam Winterbottom. He's been running around for Mount Gravatt. Really liked his game last week as well. Hands over the top. Had a man all on his own. There's Taj Abley pushing forward. Now, can he keep this one, Abley? Somehow the wind just blew that footy back into play. I don't really understand the weather up here, but good result for the Lions now. I've been surging forward, and Taj Abley, he's had a big 5 minutes. So the Suns will have to shut this down. Really arrest this momentum. Kick the last 3, the Lions. Starting to look very dangerous down forward. Long throw in. Coleman's at the back of the pack. Answer, they surge well here, the Lions. Just got to run and go. Clean hand pass. Ball still in the boot. Coleman still working hard. He knows there's an opportunity here. Gets it out. Crozier. The Suns have worked this one out very well. Kick comes out. The foot race begins. Riley Johnson. He's second to the footy. Gets his man turned. Ball back inside. Now finds Max McDonald, the ruckman. Gets it going down the line. Big punch comes from the back of the pack. There's Joshua Fay. It's been really good this game so far. It's going to the left. Looking for the target. Came across a bit heavy-handed there. Hoffett was intercepted. Now over the top. Here comes the run with a lot of time. Max Pascoud does the unselfish thing. Kicks to the goal square. And the Suns have their first. Nathan Colenso has his second. And that was great team footy there, Joseph.
Yeah, look, I think it started across half-back. A big fist by Josh Fay, who is having a great game, like you mentioned earlier. And then the overlap happened, you know, the spare player played it direct. And great decision by Maxi just to pass it off to Nath, who cherry-picked himself a second.
Tell me a bit about Maxi Pascoud there, because I've really enjoyed the way he's just taking opportunity, seen a bit of space, and he's absolutely gone for it, especially running into that win. It's what you have to do. And just to watch that team do the selfless thing.
He's got a
real goal square too, especially when you're in an academy game. You know you've got the eyes of the nation on you.
Yeah, he's got a real X factor, Maxi. Surface Paradise Junior, coming through the ranks, has always been close to.
We're in a bit of trouble here because we had a warning a little while ago.
Might be a Lions warning.
Yeah, it's going to be a Lions warning this time. So Lions now out of the centre square. Need a good response, driving it forward. Oh, this might actually roll through. And again, a good result there for Brisbane. Well, when you've got the wind, you just use it. All of a sudden, every ball becomes so dangerous entering the forward line. Starts to fall to the back. You get that overlap going. Now the Suns really need to shut this one down. Tap comes down there. It's Ethan Hunt. Kick across the face of the goals. And just touched over the line. Well, he worked that pretty well there, did Jack Johnson, the captain. So that footy goes up in the air. It's just going to float through. And you had a bit of time, so bring back in. It will be Josh Fate. Goes low to the left. Good mark taken out in front. So fair bit of use on this far side of the ground, where the wind's just pushing it to. I'm just calling for a bit of decorum at the moment. Kicks back to Fay. And that is half-time. Well, Lions show their credentials there in that second term. Really trying to use the wind, but two steadying goals, both to Nathan Colenso. Sees the Suns holding a 4-goal advantage here at half-time. 7-1-43, the Lions 3-1-19. Jason Tawney joining me up in the box here, Academy Manager for the Gold Coast Suns. And you'd be pretty happy with that first half there, Tawns?
Yeah, look, I think they'll go in knowing that they started well and capitalised with the wind, let a couple of easy ones out, so probably need to tighten the screws in defence a little bit so the ball doesn't get out the back. But yeah, I think all in all, relatively happy with the first half.
Well, it's a 24-point ball game. It's the Lions Academy taking on the Gold Coast Suns Academy up here at the Brendale Sporting Complex. Eyes of the Nation on. It's just great to have football back. We'll be back after half-time for the big second half. It's the Suns with a 24-point advantage.
Beautiful.
Well, welcome back. Brendale Sporting Complex is your venue for this Academy match. It's the Gold Coast Suns Academy up against the Brisbane Lions, and well, they staged a bit of a fight back there in that second term. The Brisbane Lions Academy kicking 3 goals, 119, all in that term. But they still trail the Suns 7-1-43. Quite a breeze blowing around here at Brendale, pushing to the left-hand side of your screen. Both sides taking advantage of where they could, but it was the Suns there in that second term, just stemming the bleeding a little bit there. 2 goals to Nathan Colenso, the Morningside product, has just kept the Lions at bay. 24 points in it as we go up. Third term about to start. 20-minute flat quarters here. Give you a chance to see the best of the best here in Queensland. Just good to have footy back. And look at these conditions, 17 degrees. Absolutely perfect. The two-handed tap comes down there as Maxie McDonald, the Lions. They get it going forward straight away. Redwell out of the contest there was Joshua Fay, been very busy in the first term. First the footy there, Bodie Hewland. And there's a bit of pressure around the contest. And the umpire's called a free kick. It's going the Suns' way. The Suns have been good so far with their movement of the footy. A lot of football getting stuck down this far side of the ground. That's just where the breeze is pushing it. It's a long ball, fair bit to go on the kicks. Liam O'Brien down there for the Suns, sees it across the line for a boundary throw in. So 34 seconds played. As we said, the Suns, they're dominant so far this afternoon. But Jason Tawney joining us in the box for the first half of the game. Suns Academy manager. And good insight into our Gold Coast Suns players and the best from the Gold Coast and around regional Queensland. We'll hear a bit more about the Lions coming up soon. So ball goes forward and out of bounds on the full. Just couldn't hit the target there. So the Suns will look to try and open up the game. Kick back inboard. Spots up the captain, Jack Johnson. The turnover immediately. The Lions have a chance here. Ball into the hands. It was Will Tasker. Couldn't be clean with it. Spills around there at the true centre half back position for the Suns. We're going to have a ball up from the umpire. So just a chance now to set up for the Lions. Need to try and claw back this 24-point advantage that the Suns hold. It was quite a strong breeze, worth 2 to 3 goals. Good double fister came out of the pack there. It's Max McDonald. He's got a bit of a leap there. And foot race is on now. But a 2-on-1, they've got to be clean here. It's Bodie Hewland there at the bottom of the pack. Play on, says the umpire. They've driven it out well. It's all Lines there at the fall of the ball. First the contest for the Suns. There's Colenso, but kicks come down. Now finally an opportunity to get going forward. Just in time. We'll be joined in the box very, very shortly by AFLQ State Manager of Academies and Talent, Mark Browning. Looking forward to having his say on the game. The Suns have got the overlap on this side of the ground. As I said, haven't seen much footy over here. Bodie Hewland now. Josh Fay. Fay gets it going to left. Hangs up in the air. Kicks to a 2-on-2. Running back with a fly, and that's a good mark. Zach Young, the Mount Gravatt product. It's going to left. Half forward flank. Lead comes out, but he's just pinched it. Really enjoyed the game of Joshua Fay. Straight out of Broadbeach in the number 19 jersey. It's a wobbling kick to a 2-on-2 situation. Suns trying to get the overlap there. Liam O'Brien waiting at the fall of the ball. Good pressure around the contest again from Zach Young. Forced to work back. I believe now we have been joined in the box by AFLQ State Manager for Academies and Talent, Mark Browning. Mark, great to be out here. Great to have footy in Queensland. And great to see the cream of the crop going at it this afternoon.
Yeah, certainly, Nick. And terrific first half by the Suns. But, you know, you just got the little arm wrestle at the moment where I think the Lions just starting to get their hands on the footy a fair bit, like Taj Abley and a few of those, Blake Coleman. Much better in the second quarter. Let's hope they can continue in this third quarter.
We mentioned Abilene playing out at Wilson Grange at the moment. Had a great game last weekend in their clutch victory over Mount Gravatt. They get it going forward, the Suns. They can just run this one in. So great start for the Suns. Max Pascoud out of Surfers Paradise, just waiting off the back of the pack. Well read. The Suns get their first of this third term. All important first goal, 8 goals, 1-49. They now move to Lions 3-1-19. Swirly breeze this afternoon, as we said, going up there worth 2 or 3 goals. And just said the Lions are they're starting to work it out around the pack at the moment, but this push down from the Suns, relentless pressure on the forward line. The Lions back's under a fair bit of pressure right now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and on that occasion, 2 Lions defenders up. Young Thock, who loves flying for the footy, his attributes, his marking above his head, loves to, but on that occasion, probably that deep in the forward line, in defence for the Lions, he certainly probably should have punched on that occasion. Or as they say, if you're going to go for the marks, make sure it doesn't get over the back.
Thop we're speaking of there, kicked the match winner last week for Wilson Grange against Macavatt, also a Mark of the Year contender. You can go back and watch that on the AFLQ highlights reel. Kick goes out wide. The Lions now trying to get this footy going. Taj Apple, as we spoke of. Wilson Grange as well. Great to see this talent applying their trade in the quaffle.
He's accumulating the ball pretty well, pretty quite early, Taj, but once he got on a bit of a roll, he started to really accumulate. And you can see when he gets his hands on the footy, he's such a beautiful kick.
Likes to find space across that half-back position there. And good user of the ball too, as the Lions try and dribble it forward, just playing a bit of surging footy. They're working their way down this boundary. It's getting closer and closer now. At 65 metres out, far side of the ground. A good rotations in the ruck as well this afternoon. But now it's Hoffett for the Suns and Big Max McDonald for the Lions. He's dominated most of his hit outs so far this afternoon. Good body work there, brings it to ground. I like his game so far.
Yeah, no, look, and probably the difference, 19-year-old, played a little bit of senior footy at Maroochydore, and Tom's just one of those string beans. He's certainly got stronger, but he's still got a little bit to go.
We're starting to get that really good body position in either the ruckman, knowing when to bump at the right time. The Suns just flurrying it forward so far. Good intensity around the contest. The umpires picked a free kick out of that. Advantage called. It's going the Lions' way now, so they've got him on the hop. Kick down the line. Good pick up on the half volley. Just lining up now. Coleman's floating back. Front of the pack, and Coleman's got it. Just knew that footy was going to hold up in the wind. Held front position. We saw a stunning solo effort from him earlier in the game, and now Blake Coleman.
Smart enough there to not get into a wrestle, get himself away from his opponent and floated in. Again, that was Taj Aberley. Kicked the ball, followed up, got the handball, got the ball in. So good play there, and let's see if young Blake can finish off.
Coleman, umpire doesn't move. We really celebrated his 18th birthday just the other day. And now he's got his second of the afternoon. And most importantly, the Lions fourth. They go to 4-1 at 25. The Suns 8-1-49, but you're right. I love the way he's held his body in position there. And it's just great all-round play for the Lions. Took the opportunity off half-back and really made the Suns pay.
Yeah, no, certainly. And, you know, the one thing is he doesn't need many opportunities, and quite often he can turn a game in a quarter. I've seen him kick 3 or 4 in a quarter, Blake. So probably consistency over longer periods of the game. But you know, when you've got that much skill and that much class, those type of players, you know, certainly got the attributes to play AFL level.
Well, the Lions bringing Mark McFadden back on the ground now. Jason Tawney, Suns Academy manager, spoke of the importance of staying tight on him. It's Reece Nichols from Labrador for the Suns who will have the task of shutting him down. Yeah, well, Noah actually kicked 8 in a game in our under-16s last year, which is actually a record. I've been doing this for probably too long, but it's a record for a Queenslander. He kicked 8. I think it might even be 9 in a game. I might have an opportunity to find out how good he is here as the Lions get it going again. A little bit long in the... Well, I think now for the Cash and Harris direction, but Suns had numbers there, and again they'll look to open up the game here. It's Fay across the last line of defence. Pressure comes from Cohen. The hands come out now. There's a good linkage here by the Suns. They're lining up and they're just looking to get this footy going. They know they've got the wind at their back. Good hands there. Kicking long. Now this footy could run onto get the right bounce. How's it going to sit? Great pick up just in the last line of defence there by Zach Young, and that's probably the best result. I don't know if he deliberately fell over, but I think if he had stayed on his feet, he might have got tackled there, so well done. Deliberately non-deliberate there, so I think that's great play across fullback. But that's a pressure kick, and that was the wrong option. Just sat back on a little bit there, and Joshua Gore. Good forward pressure. He's been good so far this afternoon, and now he'll line up. Be kicking from just around 37 metres, I'd say, on a 45-degree angle. Remember, he's got the wind behind him. Probably blowing right at his back as well, so distance shouldn't be an issue, just the accuracy. And now the Suns for their 9th of the game. Gore. Interesting mark technique. And that is a lovely kick off the boot. Joshua Gore puts through another one for the Suns. The Broadbeach product. It's a great hit. It's a great mark, great forward pressure, and The Lions will be offered on that one.
Yeah, no, not good. At the moment, the scoreboard's frozen, so it does read 7-1, but I think it's actually 9-1.
There we go, we've got
55.
We've got 9-2, 50 on time from behind, and 4-1-25 the Lions. So 9 minutes 30 played here in this third term out of the Brendale Sporting Complex. As we said, there's a fair bit of breeze floating around, and great linkage from Suns through the middle of the ground there. Really took the opportunity to run and gun and go. And the Lions caught on the hop, pushing down well forward. So Hoffert to do the ruck work. Good tap down. Trying to be first the ball. Shea Walsh. Kick down the line. Good mark taken out in front. Reece Nichols, well, we said he had the job on McFadden. And now they're looking to go through the middle of the ground. Just works his man nicely indeed there. Did Maxi Pascoud. And good, solidly met there in the middle of the ground. And that was good. Pick up there by Hoffert at his bootstraps. Lions have the numbers around the contest. And good pressure. Great tackle from behind. Daniel Lanthwire out of Maroochydore. Rocking the man bun this afternoon. Ran his man down. Possible goal-saving tackle there. That's what you want to see. Kicks down the line. Couldn't quite keep his feet there in the contest. It was Bailey Reeves. Lions have the numbers on the outside now. Bowes gets his own footy back. Well done. Keeps his hands up. They got the numbers on the outside now. They can really start moving. It's Wishnat from Morningside. Kicks into the middle of the ground. Cashin Harris gets first the footy. He can take the advantage. Chooses to, chooses not to. He's got an open goal square. Won't quite make the journey. Kicks down just at the fall of the ball. There is Michael Carter. The Suns, they're good. Able to respond, but they've got the numbers behind the play, so they can keep going again while they've got the overlap. Kick just doesn't bounce favourably there for Wishnat. Is pushed down the ground now. Now the Suns can catch him on the hop. Got the man over the top. Mark taken out in front by Riley Johnson. Johnson goes into the middle of the ground. Just spilled through the hands there of Aiden Fife. He's able to mop up his own footy. Good push down came from Coleman, running right back to get to that footy. Suns dance back inside. Wobbly kick inside 50, and just sitting right there in the hot spot was Nathan Colenso. Already kicked 2 so far this afternoon. And Colenso, we've seen him out at Morningside. Always worth a couple of goals, and just had himself in the right spot at the right time. And he'll be lining up with the wind at his back, kicking from about 40 metres out. A little bit of a stutter in his run up. And the goal umpire likes it. No, he doesn't. Just caught the side. They look good from my central commentary position, but through for a minor score. And well, now the Lions kicking out wide of the pocket. And it's going to be Saxon Crozier. Another Morningside product. That's good ball movement. Sam Winterbottom from Matt Ravat. Oh, tough one down the line. And well, he wanted to be clever, get it to Kirit Thok, but unfortunately over the line. Out of bounds on the full. Bring it back in now. Liam O'Brien. Kicks out in front. Good pressure put on there by Winterbottom. I'm going to have a boundary throw in just under the light post, about 50 metres out from the Gold Coast Suns goals. 9 goals 3, plays 4 goals 1 for Suns. 32-point advantage, nearly 13 minutes gone at third term. Long throw in, helped out the Suns there. Hands go to the back of the pack, just barging his way through. Reece Nichols really like that. And the umpire says, I'll take that. Thank you very much. Going to have another stoppage 40 metres out from the Suns goals.
A bit of an arm wrestle at the moment.
A bit of a war of attrition at the moment. Just going to see who breaks first. Umpire will call it a mark. Spills to the back of the pack. Good pressure. The Lions able to run it out. They've got numbers in the middle, but Suns just behind the footy, and that's exactly where they need to be, especially when you know the other team is kicking against the wind, and it's Bailey Reeves, already in rising star contention, the Broadbeach product.
He's having a good year, Bailey. He's really improved, especially his kicking. His kicking was a bit spasmodic, but he's certainly improved his kicking. I'm not saying the old commentators curse Nick if I say he's going to kick it, but he's certainly improved his field kicking.
It's the voice of Mark Browning. He gets a hold of that one and just swings through to the right. So through for another minor score. They go to 9 goals 4 of the Gold Coast Suns Academy, 58. The Lions 4-1-25. Of course, kicking with the win, the Gold Coast Suns. Bounces out in front. It's Will Tasker first to the footy. They've got numbers around the contest there, the Lions. Spills around. A lot of footy in dispute this afternoon. Windy conditions always call for it. Little chip over the top was clever. They're just pushing the numbers down now, the Gold Coast, and umpire will call stop to that as well. So just a tick over 5 minutes left to go in this all-important third term. 33-point advantage to the Gold Coast Suns. You can see they're setting up behind the ball really well in these conditions. Ball comes on the outside. We'll take another stoppage there.
Yeah, wind's going right into that pocket. That's why a fair bit of the plays ended up there this afternoon.
Wherever you're watching around the country, cream of the crop from Queensland here. It's great to have footy back, and big thanks to the state of Queensland for all they've done for the AFL this year. Kept the season ticking over, and all these juniors who have had a very interrupted 2020 now have their chance to showcase their skill. Kick out of the pack, and just couldn't put it through there. Could Bailey Reeves, who second behind in about a minute. He's peppering the scoreboard.
Probably both sides really struggling to take marks with this wind inside 50. You know, a lot of kicks under pressure.
Well, it's never going to be nice and easy for them as Lantois and Lazy all important Shepherd. So they try and take it through the corridor of the Lions. It's the right option, but kick just doesn't quite hit the target. But couldn't be picked up in time. So now Saxon Crozier gets the hands over the top. Now they're linking up the Lions. Numbers pushing down. McFadden runs down the goal square. They've got the 2-on-1. Just has to get there first before the boundary line. Will Tasker, and he can't, unfortunately, for Brisbane. So maybe an opportunity gone begging.
Well, they did take the risk.
50-50.
Yeah, they did take the risk. Ethan Kerr coming out of defence took the corridor on. Wasn't a great kick, but at least a positive action. And now they've got the ball deep. Unfortunately, it just didn't quite hit its target going forward.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of footy stuck in that far side of the ground, as we said. Heavy wind out here at the very open Brendale Sporting Complex, your venue for this afternoon. Other than that, picturesque conditions, 17 degrees.
And what a great venue. You know, we're so lucky up here. Moreton Bay City Council invested a lot of money in footy venues, and this is just one of them.
We've seen plenty of pre-season and AFLW footy out here. Wonderful venue.
Well, and for the people in Victoria, Nick, we even had cricket happening out on the back.
You wouldn't believe it, but
a lot of winter cricket played up here.
no, where else but Queensland. Footy comes back in. Hoffert gets a tap down just in front of Bukalis. Kick out of the pack in the middle of the ground. Mark comes forward, couldn't be juggled, and couldn't be taken on the third attempt, but does very well indeed. So now the Lions just sky the footy. The Coleman direction, can't quite bring it down. Still trying to work it out. They've got numbers inside the pack, but they need one on the outside of the Lions, and here it comes now. Coleman, industrious and clever with the right foot, but just couldn't get enough rotations on that one. And
check side, he's trying the old check side.
Yeah, need to go the left foot there. So you watch the Suns, they'll try and bring it across the far side of the ground if they can. They've got the numbers, got the overlap. It's a dangerous kick, but just taken there by Bodie Hewland. And he does well to dance inside his man. So they're going to run this one out, the Suns. Well, he's just taken the pitching wedge to that one, but that's worked out nicely.
Just hung in the breeze, didn't it?
Jack Willis, the pink headband, matching boots as well. Jack Willis in the 26, out of Surface Paradise.
Oh, great grab.
Great clunk there taken.
Jack Brisky.
Sherwood product, Jack Brisky. Big fly comes from the back. This is Tom Hoffert and a Broadbeach. Cleaning up across the back there. It's Toby Triffett. Some Lions get it going forward again. You can just see how that ball's just swinging in the breeze.
Oh, well picked up.
And that's a clean kick and very nice execution there. Spotted up Riley Buckland out of Palm Beach Currumbin. Kick in the middle of the ground. Get there first with Aidan Fife. Now just driving it forward out into space. Puts it up for Max Pascoot, who's been good this afternoon. Falls to ground. Wrapped up in a tackle, and it's a good tackle too. Sino the line will have a boundary throw in right there in that dead pocket there, Mark Browning.
Great mark in the previous passage played by Jack Brisky. You know, Jack's from Toowoomba. Bit of one of those raw, big, but his vertical jump's unbelievable. He actually, in the testing at the start of the year, equalled the running vertical jump for the best ever in Australia. So he's going to be a late developer, a bit like a lot of the tools are in Queensland, but I think he's got a real upside.
Bella doing the ruck work. The Gold Coast Suns. Spoken to Jason Tournier early in the game. He'll do most of the ruck work when he's down forward. 200 centimetres. Good centre half forward option. Lions getting good numbers behind the ball. Both teams queuing up. Kick comes out of the pack. Now will that make it to the boundary line? It will. Joshua Gore not able to get there. So the Lions, tough to bring it out this far side of the ground. They're really trapped there in that dead pocket. They've used the corridor nicely on a couple of occasions, and they'll try and... That's the best option for them. The Suns really need to shut it down. This kick goes to the hot spot. Big pack conversion flies, and a push comes out of it, and it's going the Gold Coast way. They're queuing up on the outside, and well, that would be three-quarter time, but he has got the wind at his back here, so you may as well try for it. And it's a wobbly attempt at a torpedo, and that will be three-quarter time. It is 9-5, the Gold Coast Suns Academy. The Lions 4-1-5. You'd think the Suns have done enough there, but you never know with this breeze. It's a 34-point advantage to the Gold Coast Suns. We're seeing a great footy so far here at the Brendale Sporting Complex. We'll be back very soon with the final quarter of this Academy game as the Gold Coast Suns leading the Brisbane Lions 59-25.
You can do.
Well, just about to get started here. Final term at the Brendale Sporting Complex for this academy game. It's the Gold Coast Suns Academy leading the Lions 9-5 to 4-1. And, well, a fair bit of breeze blowing to the left side of your screen. It's really been the determining factor all afternoon. But both coaches be pretty happy with what they've seen from their sides so far. Joined in the box, of course, by AFLQ State Manager for Academies and Talent, Mark Browning. And it's been a year like no other, Mark. There's plenty of challenges that we've never thought we'd really face, but the opportunity that these juniors have always needed, especially their time to shine, you can never take them away from them by COVID, but finally it's just great to see them get the opportunity in front of the national stage.
Well, definitely. And look, the good thing is we've been live streaming and videoing all our Quaffle games this year, and the recruiters I know have been accessing those, which has been sensational. So the feedback about all that's been really good. The other issue, not issue, but the other thing that's happened, of course, this year with no NEFL, a lot of NEFL players have dropped back into the Quaffle, which is fantastic. Look, our very best boys are playing senior Quaffle, but that next layer of player is probably just playing reserves or Colts. So we're just trying to give that layer of kid an opportunity to be seen on the national stage. So look, you know, we've had many programs we've looked at different things over the journey and tried to organise some games with the Swans and the Giants, but big jump there against the Swans and the Giants, but all those with border restrictions have fallen over at this stage. So yeah, look, just to have two Lions Suns Academy games this week and next week is fantastic for Queensland footy, and as you said, an opportunity to be seen by all the national recruiting managers.
Well, big hello to everyone who is watching around the country. Perfect day for footy up here in Brendale on the north side of Brisbane. The swirly breeze, the Suns looking attacking to start the turn. Hands back on the inside. Picked up. Ethan Hunt goes with the right. How will it bounce? Dodgy bounce, might work out well. Spins around the corner and, well, there's Joshua Gore who's just let go on the left foot at the right time, but unfortunately smacked it into the upright. So 9 goals, 660. The Gold Coast Suns play the Lions 4-1-25. Just a minute and a half gone in this final term out here at Brendale.
Just in that last passage, Reece Nichols, the Gold Coast boy, he really used the ball well in traffic in that last contest and set up that opportunities going forward.
What he brought down the tackle there was Daniel Lanthward and Maroochydore. I've liked his game. Plenty of pressure action, you see it just there. Trying to earn the footy back. Suns, they link it up for Bodie Hewland. Now going with the right foot, it's going to be Riley Johnson. Kicks the hot spot, plenty of Lions numbers there, but spilled off the chest. They managed to do well to clean it up and going to have the ball up. Plays the umpire about 30 metres out. So forced to defend hard here, the Lions in this final stanza. They've got the win this turn, the Lions, kicking to the left of your screen. The Suns forwards have been dangerous this afternoon, and tell you what, Coach Andrew Rains would be very happy with the side's performance.
Yeah, certainly would. Personally, I'd like to see the game open up a little bit. Let the boys play rather than, you know, it's become a bit of a congested game at the moment. So, which boys tend to do. Young fellas, they tend to gravitate to the footy. So, you know, try and keep your width, open it up. Want to see some of the running skills that the players possess in this last quarter.
Yeah,
difficult. Josh's got the old. Look, he's a special Josh. He loves, you know, he's probably his bread and butter has been his goal kicking and his small forward work. Has worked on his inside work. Gee, which way's that going? No, Bruce coming straight through those goals there, Nick.
Yeah, we see him toss the grass up a la Matthew Lloyd, and some of it ended up on the highway. So stiff breeze, probably blowing to your left, but across the ground too. We've seen a lot of the footy. You've just joined us stuck on that far side of the ground, and it has become the mitigating factor this afternoon, leading to that scrappiness as you talked about, Mark Browning. So we have a throw in 50 metres out from the Suns' goals. The Lions have been able to use the corridor a couple of times against the breeze we saw in the last term, and very effective when they've been able to link up, and especially with that breeze, the opportunity is really presenting itself. And you throw a bit of caution to the wind now, no pun intended, in this final term. Ball comes back in. Doing the ruck work is Pickering for the Suns. Good attack on the ball came from Bailey Reeves. They've got numbers outside the contest. Bomb goes forward. The lead-up comes to the back of the pack. Can Joshua Gore get there in time? No, he can't. Seen across the line for a boundary throw in. Good result for the Suns, Mark.
Yeah, look, and as I said, Lions trying to get numbers around the footy, but sometimes when they do get it and kick back, that next kick out, they've got nothing to kick to. So it's a bit of an arm wrestle, having numbers, equal numbers around the footy, but not outnumber them, because when you do win possession, you haven't got much back where the ball's going to. They look like they're going to get out here, though.
Well, here's that opportunity now through the middle of the ground. Trying to spot up the dangerous Kurt Thock, but turned over, kicked out wide. It's where the Suns have some numbers. A good, big, strong leap. Came from Will Bella. 200 centimetres out of Palm Beach Currumbin. Mackay product.
Thumping kick too, look at that.
Big roost to the top of the square. Won't fall to the back. Gore's down there, he's dangerous. Unselfishly gets the hands back now to Bailey Reeves. Just has to finish the job. It's up the goal umpire here, and it is. Straight through the middle, great play, Will Bella. And Bailey Reeves waiting at the back of the pack there. Puts through the 10th of the afternoon for the Gold Coast Suns. They go to 10-6-66, the Lions 4-1-25.
Well, that was a perfect example, Nick, where Bailey really just kept his width, didn't get sucked to the footy. All the Lions players went to the ball, which is natural in defence, but he just kept his width. When the guy turned, lifted his head, Bailey was in space, a good snapshot over his shoulder. He's had a good game.
So it's been a strong afternoon for the Gold Coast Suns so far. Max McDonald returns to do the ruck duties for the Lions. Liked his game. Up again in the middle. Ball spills out now, well done by the Suns to work that. With the Lions defence under pressure. Chaos ball goes in. Good round the ground pressure, just goes through the hands there of Zach Young. Adam Akravat in the number 2 jersey for the Lions. Good hands outside the contest. Willie gets a kick around the corner, where will it bounce? Now a free's been called. It's called for a hold. It's going to go the way of Liam O'Brien out of Palm Beach.
He's very clever, Liam, and engaged the player in that occasion, but the Lions player just tried to throw him off balance, wrapped his arms around, and as we know, watching even AFL footy, as soon as your arm goes around, you're in trouble.
Ball straight onto it, so very tough kick. Breeze will be blowing in his face. Right at him, so just going to drive this one through. Sets it up a bit. Goal umpire does not move. So a great finish there from Liam O'Brien. Puts through the 11th of the afternoon for the Gold Coast Suns. It's going to become a dominant performance. 11-6. Plays 4-1 here at the Brendale Sporting Complex. We've played 7 minutes here in the 4th term. And even though there's about 13 minutes to go here in this final term, real opportunity now. We'll try a couple of things, especially the Lions coaching staff. Another game, of course, next week. Ball returns to the middle now. Suns forwards have been very good so far this afternoon as well. A bit of a skew with bounce there from the umpire, we'll call that back. And doing the ruck duties is Picalis, South Burnett Saints product for the Lions. Goes up in the middle, good tap. Pickering working hard, he's been industrious this afternoon. Hands out of the pack. Got that there, did Carter Michael. They're just trying to throw it forward, thought that might have been in the back. Finn Brown doing the tackling, and the umpire says, give that to me.
The other thing is, look, I know the Suns have played well, but both these teams have really only, I think they've had 2 training sessions together. So certainly the Lions will be better next week.
Oh, absolutely. Zavalli gets that kick out of the pack. He's had a very disjointed season, a season like no other. And well, good clearance work there from the Suns umpire, nearly getting in the way. Back with the flight there was Shea Walsh. And it's a good tackle as well. Great pressure now. I thought that actually might have been out of bounds on the fall, just hitting the boot there of Joshua Fay, who's had a spectacular game this afternoon. The number 19, Guernsey from Broadbeach. So, going to throw in, 40 metres out from the Lions' goal. They've got the breeze. It's a
great
throwing.
I'll
tell you what, he's absolutely piffed that in.
I think he had the breeze right behind him there.
Yeah, well, it's going to that dead pocket, absolutely right. Caught in the jet stream. Hands came out. Good pressure around the contest. Appeals for free kick. Now, every player on the ground stopped there. I think I think both coaching staff will be saying to the boys, hey, fellas, play the whistle here.
Yeah.
A lot of players in the modern game become too good at making their own decisions. Tap comes down, stolen out of the pack by Taj Aberley, and that might be wobbling back. And he just got it up in that breeze. A bit of a hit and hope, but it put Josh Fay under a bit of pressure. So he runs it out and gets it open to the far side. And well, it's a good opportunity here for the Suns. They're off. Bailey Reeves, he's got a bit of pace to burn.
Good kick.
Kicks down the line. Good mark taken. And, well, all on his own there in the forward line is Nathan Colenso. And if you're a Lions defender, that's not who you want down there. I see the option now. Colenso back with a flight. Bella comes in, throws his big body at the contest. They've got a man inside. They're lining up now. Runs around the corner. They're just going to run this one in. Team goal to the Suns. End-to-end footy. And if you're Andrew Rains, given that you've had only 2 training sessions, you love to see that.
Yeah, and if you're the Lions, you don't. But the player's been fantastic in this quarter, and it is Bailey Reeves. He's been terrific because he was the player up the far side of the goal. Got the first one, kicked, kept running, got the second one. He was involved basically all the way down the ground. The first kick from Josh Fay went to him out on that far wing. He was the guy that crumbed the ball down here. So terrific player, and that's what you want to see, that off the ball running. You can't get the footy if you're standing still. You just got to. You don't have to be running flat out, but you just got to keep ticking over and get to the next one. That's, because that's when your opponent relaxes a little bit, and that's where you become a 15 to 25 possession player. You're not going to get it 25 times if you just wait for the ball to come to your area.
It's the voice of Mark Browning, the AFL Queensland State Manager for Academies and Talent you're hearing. The umpire curls the ball back. It's 12-6, 78 plays 4-2-26. Been a good day out for the Suns Academy. Plenty to think about for both sides coming to next week's game as well.
Oh, and look, and with all these programs, the beauty is sometimes the Suns will have a better group. The next year the Lions will have a better group. And, I think there's been 13 to 14 boys out of the Lions Academy that have actually played league footy, which is the most out of any academy. So they've done a great job over a number of years, and we've seen 2 of them in the last few weeks in Connor Belladon and Jack Payne.
Yes, we have.
Make their debuts for the Lions, and of course Harris Andrews, Eric Hipwood, those type of players have all come through the Lions Academy. So, there's some talent here. Some of their better under 17s are talented, but at the moment, just today, the Suns have been much better.
Been very good. And recruit regionally as well, the Suns. Just been Big Will Bella, Adam Mackay. Of course, the brother of Lauren. Playing her trade in the ruck for the Gold Coast Suns AFLW side.
Not a bad one to get out of your zone, is it?
Done pretty well there.
200, a bit like Big Charlie Dixon a few years ago. Zach Smith's another one that's come out of North Queensland. Big fellas like that who are pretty new to the game. So, we say up there, Nick, there's the hidden gem. You might say, he might be playing basketball or whatever, and we just think there's great opportunities in our game for some of those tools, because a lot of the clubs, as we know, there's not that many tools around Australia at the moment. So if you're big enough and you've got some talent, you're a real chance.
Something in the water up there, no doubt. There's a line slingshot it off half back. Aberley pushing down. He's had a great game this afternoon. Great tackle came from Sam Winterbottom as well. Really enjoyed his game from Mount Gravatt as they went down to Wilson Grange by a point last weekend.
Yeah, he's played pretty well at senior level too.
Very well liked around the club as well, I'm told.
Yeah, no, look, and he's got terrific skills. He does all the hard stuff. And that's a perfect example.
There we go.
And gives the little push.
I like it.
Yeah, he's got a
good attitude about it too.
Yeah, no, it's good. Oh, nice kick.
Oh, right to the right spot and attempted slips catch there. Suns can mop it up and clever little kick back inside. Spots up Ethan Hunt in the Palm Beach Currumbin. And finds the boundary. Does it? No, it doesn't actually. Who designed this thing? TW Sharon, got a lot to answer for. The hands come to the outside. Nice little link up. There's Riley Johnson. And he keeps running there. There's Riley Johnson. Pressure comes and he manages to break the tackle. Goes his full distance. And now they're off and away, the Suns. Big Will Bella. He gets the footy back. Look at this link-up play from the Suns. They're off and running in numbers. Liam O'Brien has the footy. Kicks along with the forward line. Mark can't be taken, but they're still pushing down. Plenty of pressure. And through for a minor score.
Actually, Noah McFadden's gone down full back, and he did a terrific job there because, gee, he was outnumbered.
Risky kick, but the right option, and that 2x1 frame that Will Bella's rocking around with, just a little bit too much pressure there.
Yeah, and the thing about Will Bella, he's a big unit, but he's very light on his feet, you know, for a big fella. So yeah, he's got some real quality.
17 years of age. So now the Lions.
Glad I'm not feeding him.
No. Big budget there for the host family. Kick comes down the line, and now Cashin Harris, very dangerous around the footy in the forward line.
Just haven't been able to finish when they've had the ball in deep,
No.
have they? They've had opportunities, and again, Taj Abley, terrific there.
Set up numbers behind the ball, really try and lock it in. You see the Suns, if they can, they'll try and escape out the far side of the ground where most of the footy has been played. Probably the most we've actually seen this side of the ground in this final term. Wind may have died down a little bit. Wasn't protected here in the coach's box. Footy in dispute, kick around the corner, good smother at the last second though. In fact, a hand didn't even get to it, so it's going to be Gold Coast Suns' free kick last line of defence.
I think Carter Michael was going to hang that out for the wind to do the work, but the wind just didn't happen.
So very open space here, the Brendale Sporting Complex.
Good grab. Terrific mark.
He's got some numbers in the middle of the ground if he wants to go. Chooses to kick down the line. And it's a good mark taken out in front.
Yeah, they just need a bit more movement, don't they, in their forward line? Play a bit like a basketball team. Players need to be on the move out there, create some space.
Suns have done well to press their numbers down there as well. Fly comes from the side, and Amelia Marker just drifted over the line, so hard work goes unrewarded. Gold Coast Suns free again. Yeah, nearly at full time, 16 minutes played in this final term at the Brendale Sporting Complex. It's a 53-point ball game. Suns have used the footy really well when they've needed to. And a clever chip across. Spots up Riley Johnson. So, stick to the game plan there and move it across the ground. You can see they're going to try and link it up. Got a man right. Got a man right in that dead pocket there, and the wind will help it get over there.
It's always handy to have a couple of left footers in the back line, isn't it? You can switch the ball out the other side.
Just keep the teams guessing.
Hawthorn did it for years, didn't they, with Birchall and Guerra and those type of players.
Fife goes back to skipper and Jack Johnson. Dangerous kick to the middle, but love it when a plan comes together. Now they can move it back. So right back to where it was a minute ago. Riley Johnson gets it going with the right. Bella pushing up the ground. Good strong hands. Takes it out in front of Max McDonald.
That passage of play, right from full back, that's AFL style footy, isn't it?
Oh, very calculated.
Why they've used the ball.
Just trying. You can see that the Lions' defence is shifting from one side of the ground to the other, so they're trying to give them the run around, bring it back in the middle. Bit of a high sky ball there, and Carter Michael camped underneath it. Now he gets going through the middle of the ground, backs his pace, and he gets the hands back inside to Cashin Harris. So just a little fumbly there with the Lions, and slightly frustrating, but they just keep pressing forward, and the Suns have kept the numbers down deep in the back line, and Jack Johnson.
It's just that fumble. It was certainly a great passage of play there by the Lions, but it's just that last fumble. It's just, because players run thinking their team have got the footy, and then all of a sudden on turnover you get exposed.
Sometimes one hand pass too many, but they'll tie them up through training for the week. Another match next week. Kick along to the forward line. High to the top. Pressure came in there from Zach Young. Man didn't have the footy, not called. Now, Jaron Willie goes back inside, low little ball. Diving mark, well, they thought he had it, might have taken on the half volley, and the umpire calls an end to it. We'll have a ball up 30 metres out from the Suns' goal. Right side of your screens. 12 goals, 7, the Gold Coast Suns. They lead the Lions 4-2. We've got just about 90 seconds left to play here at the Brendale Sporting Complex. It's been a great afternoon of footy wherever you're watching around the country. Just great to see footy played, great to give these up-and-coming superstars the opportunity to shine. Well calculated kick down the wing, just misses its target though. Couldn't quite hit Reed Maskell-Dobbin. So they go back inside for the 450 again, the Suns. Just courageous. Crunching the pack there.
Well, that was
Maxi
Carter Michael backing into the pack there. Terrific play.
Yeah, he's a bit hurt, but he did the job there. It's what you want to see.
And he's up. The other Gold Coast Sun players down.
National Dolphins still down. So we're going to have a boundary throw in centre wing.
As a recruiter, that's, you know, Carter's probably one of those rangy tools, plays a bit outside, plays inside, and you probably look at him and goes, does he commit his body? But gee, on that, you can see just by that, he backed into that pack, so well done, Carter.
The ball back in, not long now, to go 30 seconds. One more opportunity for either side. It's taken there by Saxon Crozier, and that goes over the line again. Good crowd in here this afternoon as well. Everyone being nice and COVID safe up here in Queensland. Your new home of footy.
Ease up.
No, so I think all of Queensland's getting a little carried away,
look,
but it's just great to see. It's great to see it.
It is, but we really do feel for all the Victorians that are locked up. I really do feel we're very, very lucky, and we certainly don't take it for granted. So to all the people in Victoria, around Australia, our best wishes, and hopefully get back to the footy soon.
Well, there's your siren. Final result, Gold Coast Suns Academy, 2 good this afternoon, 12-7-79. Brisbane Lions 4-2-26 on a windy day out here at Brendale. Both teams, both coaches, a bit to think about coming into next week. But in a season like no other, it's just great to see footy played and giving all these juniors the opportunity to shine on a national stage. Wherever you've been watching around the country, make sure you stay safe. Great to have footy up and running. Great to see all this talent get their opportunity coming into a very important 2020 draft at the end of the year. My name's Nick Davis. Thank you for joining us, of course. In the box with me, AFLQ State Manager Mark Browning, Head of Academies and Talent. It's been pretty special stuff to see this afternoon. We look forward to joining your company next week. It was the Suns, 2 good for the Lions this afternoon here at the Brendale Sporting Complex. We'll see you next week on the AFL Queensland live stream.